Welcome back to DuckDuckOtaku, the very best in low-cost cosplay and props. Today I'm going to be talking about how I made my Jaune Arc genderbend cosplay. So me and my friends went to MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia. It was so much fun. I met so many cool people. And I was actually the only genderbend Jaune, so that was really fun. So I had about 2 weeks to make my entire costume, and I was also working on 3 other cosplays, also for MomoCon. My entire costume is going to be broken up into 3 different parts. The first part will be the base clothes, or just like the normal clothes. The next part is going to be my armor, and the last part is going to be the weaponry, which is going to be really fun, because I actually made a working Jaune Arc shield, and I'm so excited to share it with y'all. I think I did a good job. It was a really long, tedious process, and it got a little bit messed up, but I really love the shield. Y'all are gonna love it too. And so yeah, let's jump into things. It'll be a pretty short video, hopefully. So first off, I had to add Pumpkin Pete. Everyone who knew that I was gonna be cosplaying Jaune was like, "Are you adding Pumpkin Pete? When are you gonna add Pumpkin Pete? Where's Pumpkin Pete?" So I had to add Pumpkin Pete, of course, because you know Jaune does have it. It's revealed in season 4. Spoiler alert! Yeah, sorry. Jaune's wearing Pumpkin Pete.
What is it?
What is that?
What, my hoodie? I've always had this.
Probably, most of y'all have probably seen that, but yeah, spoiler alert. So what I did for Pumpkin Pete is actually an old gray t-shirt. I made a paper cutout of this outline. I safety pinned the paper cutout to the t-shirt, and then I traced it out, I cut it, and then being very careful, I added the white trim, and then I did the black. All this is an acrylic paint, I believe. I already had it laying around. I used a very thin paintbrush. I did take a couple layers to kind of make it really pop out, or yeah, bounce like a little bunny. Boop, yeah, but the Pumpkin Pete looks really cute. I really like how it turned out. And to stick it to the fabric, I'm actually using a fabric adhesive, because I use that all the time. You'll probably get tired of me talking about it, but fabric adhesive is like the greatest thing ever in my opinion, because it saves a lot of time and holds really well, and there's no seam line, so I really did like that. So next up is the black shirt with the hood. This is from the kids section, because the kids section is a lot cheaper than the adult section, and it's actually a large. And it was the long sleeves. I cut off the sleeves, I hemmed it, so we had nice little sleeves. It's actually super comfortable. And then I also bought another kids section shirt. It's orange, and I used it to line the hood, so that I had to use fabric adhesive in a couple places, but it turned out really nice. I really liked the way it looked. I actually got all compliments on the hood. So that was kind of funny to me. But yeah, the hood is made out of orange t-shirt. And oh yeah, so is my bow. My bow is also made out of that very same orange t-shirt. And to make his little, they're like leggings, but for your arms, these pieces are also made out of that very same material, or that very same t-shirt. So all of it matches. And all I did was cut it in half, sew it, and then I added my little thumb holes so my fingers could stay on. And I did have to poke holes for the rest of it, but we'll get to that part probably in part 2. And so yeah. Then for the gloves, these used to be they're actually really big. They're like men's size. And all I did was snip off the fingers. I folded them over, and then again, fabric adhesive. I glued the edges so they'd stay down. And then this piece right here is just a piece of craft foam that I glued on, or I painted. I used a hole puncher to get all the perfect little black dots, and then I glued it on. So yeah, that's how I made the glove. Moving on, these are just 2 brown belts I found at Goodwill. I actually got them a while back for a different cosplay, and I just reused them. This is a plain brown small purse, because he's got that little side. It's almost like a fanny pack. Jaune's basically got a fanny pack on his side. So yeah, I just cut off the strap, and I attached it. Works pretty good. I finally have a cosplay that I can put my phone and my wallet in, which is amazing. I love that, because that's actually really great, because I like having all my stuff in one place. The skirt.
It's a combat skirt. Yeah.
Actually ended up a little bit shorter than I meant to. If you know me, I like wearing kind of longer knee-length skirts. And it also had a spot on it, and so in my bright mind, I was like, oh, there's a spot on it. I washed it, didn't come out. Oh, this is from a thrift store. Everything is from a thrift store, except for the shoes. But, the spot was not coming out. So I was like, okay, I'll just hem it. So I hemmed it, and that's how it ended up shorter than I wanted it to be. Next is the petticoat, which goes underneath, which I love, but was much of a nightmare. A whole day's worth of a nightmare to make. It's actually made out of an older, longer petticoat that came down to like my ankles. So yeah, I had, basically what it is, I cut off the parts where it gets fluffy, and I sewed them to the very top of the elastic band. And I did that with each kind of layer of fluff it's got. And somehow that took me an entire day to figure out. Oh, and next off is shoes. And if you know RWBY and you know Jaune, you know it's got them labeled right and left. I wrote this in Sharpie. It actually held up surprisingly well. Did not expect it to last that long. These are also from the kids section, but I actually bought them new, but they were on sale. They're pretty cheap. And yeah, they're actually one of my favorite pair of shoes. And yeah. Oh, and lastly, I talked about my bow. I did not talk about my hair, which is actually not my hair. This is just like a little extension. I wanted to do a really girly kind of looking Jaune. I like my hair, but I don't feel like it's quite girly. But yeah, that should be everything clothing wise. Yeah. So yeah, that was part 1. Part 2, we're gonna go over armor next. So I'll see you next time. Quack, quack, quack.